The night a riding shades of copper over old Avenida Soul. Street cafes stayed open longer, like nobody wanted to go home. People moved in quiet motion, coffee cups and neon glow. And somewhere through the evening traffic, music started moving slow. I arrived with my old guitar and wrote still in my hands, another wandering desperado without a map or future plans. Then the tenor sax broke through the silence, warm as summer after rain. And every phrase across the rooftops sounded strangely like my name. I've crossed too many borders, watched too many mornings fade, but certain melodies appear and quietly rearrange. When the saxophone found my name, everything changed in the light. Every old goodbye grew smaller, every memory felt right. When the saxophone found my name and the city turned to gold for one impossible evening, I forgot to feel alone. Stay a little longer before the rhythm disappears. You stood beside the terrace rail, watching reflections on the bay, listening like every small silence had something left to say. You asked me, do musicians ever stop moving? I smiled and said, they called it rest. You laughed softly, no, I mean inside. The guitar answered before I could. The bass moved low and patient, the brushes painted air. The sax climbed over every rooftop and left old thoughts somewhere. For a moment all my old destinations turned weightless in my mind, like roads becoming photographs of places left behind. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe freedom finally comes when you stop searching. When the saxophone found my name, everything changed in the light. Every old goodbye grew smaller, every memory felt right. When the saxophone found my name and the city turned to gold for one impossible evening, I forgot to feel alone. Stay a little longer before the rhythm disappears. Tenor sax sings in long breathy phrases, guitar responds with fingerstyle melodies. Bass and brushes continue moving like moonlight crossing facing the sea. You asked if this night became a memory. I looked around, the empty glasses, the lanterns, the warm air, then answered, I hope it becomes a song, because songs don't leave, people do. When the saxophone found my name, it left echoes in my soul, like moonlight caught inside a window, making restless spirits whole. When the saxophone found my name, if these roads circle again, leave one light beside the harbor, and I'll remember then. When the final chord grows silent and the stars fade into blue, I'll still hear the saxophone leading me to you. The harbor wore its evening colors, blue and amber on the sea. Old cafés stayed awake for dreamers and people trying not to leave. I came carrying my old guitar and roads inside my shoes, another wandering desperado with nothing left to prove. The wind moved through the narrow alleys like stories passing by. Then somewhere through the fading daylight, a saxophone climbed the sky. It played a line so slow and golden, like summer after rain, and every note returned a feeling I thought I'd lost again. I've chased horizons endlessly, watched cities disappear, but certain songs arrive unnoticed and stay for years. Postcards from the blue harbor, floating somewhere in the tide. Every chord became a memory I could never leave behind. Postcards from the blue harbor, where the night moves slow and true, and for one impossible evening, every road led me to you. Stay a little longer before the moon lets go. You sat beside the open window, watching lights reflect below, listening like every silence was something beautiful to know. You asked me, do songs remember people? I smiled and answered, better than people remember songs. You laughed quietly, then said, that sounds sad. The guitar answered softly, the sax breathed through the room, the bass walked into hidden places like flowers learning bloom. Every brush upon the snare made the evening feel alive, and suddenly all my old directions no longer felt like mine. Maybe every wandering heart eventually understands. Home doesn't always look familiar. Sometimes It sounds familiar. Postcards from the blue harbor, floating somewhere in the tide. Every chord became a memory I could never leave behind. Postcards from the blue harbor, where the night moves slow and true. And for one impossible evening, every road led me to you. Stay a little longer before the moon lets go. You away. I looked at my old guitar, the harbor lights, the empty glasses, the sea. Then quietly said, tomorrow can wait, because some nights don't belong to time. They belong to music. Postcards from the blue harbor, still shining in my soul, like reflections crossing water, making broken stories whole. Postcards from the blue harbor. If these roads return someday, leave one chair beside the shoreline, and I'll find my way when the final sax grows silent and the stars disappear from view. I'll still hear this evening calling me to you. Brushes fade into silence. The harbor kept its secrets, the moon stayed blue. And somewhere in that quiet evening, I left this song with you. I left this song with you. Evening arrived without warning, painting gold across the river bend. The city opened all its windows like it expected old friends again. Street lights stretched along the water, reflections moving with the tide. People talked in soft conversations and left their worries outside. I arrived carrying my old guitar and songs worn smooth by years. Another wandering desperado learning to disappear. Then the flute rose over the rooftops, light and impossible to hold. And suddenly the moving city started feeling less alone. I've trusted trains, I've trusted seasons, I've trusted roads with borrowed names. But some melodies appear quietly and never leave again. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, drifting softly through the night. Every chord became a postcard, every shadow turned to light. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, where the river carried through. And for one impossible every song return to you. Stay right here before the stars grow thin. You sat beside the river railing, watching reflections lose their shape, listening like the smallest moments were the only things worth saving. You asked me, do travelers ever stop looking back? I smiled, only when they finally look around. The guitar answered in soft colors, the flute climbed through the evening sky, the bass kept holding every heartbeat like it already knew why. Brushes painted moving circles, the rim shots counted passing time, and somehow all my old directions stopped feeling entirely mine. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe freedom is staying long enough to hear the second verse. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, drifting softly through the night. Every chord became a postcard, every shadow turned to light. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, where the river carried through. And for one impossible evening, every song returned to you. Stay right here before the stars grow thin. This evening becomes memory, what remains? I looked at the lanterns, the river, the quiet tables, then answered, the parts we keep singing, because places fade, but songs remember. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, still shining in my soul, like moonlight crossing calm water, making restless stories whole. Lanterns floating to Rio Azul, if these roads return someday, leave one light beside the river, and I'll remember the way. When the final note falls softly and the night turns silver blue, I'll still hear the flute carrying me to you. Ooh, carrying me to you. The river kept on moving, but the night stayed true. And somewhere beyond the lanterns, I left this song with you. I left this song with you. Rua do Sol was dressed in amber, soft reflections on the street. The cafe's open to the evening and invited passing dreams to speak. People laughed without direction, wine glasses caught the light, like nobody had plans tomorrow, only this one perfect night. I arrived carrying my old guitar and years I never named, another another drifting desperado who never stayed too long in one place. Then somewhere through the city colors, between warm lamps and quiet skies, a melody crossed from the distance and met me in your eyes. I followed roads that promised freedom, I followed stars that disappeared. But some moments don't ask permission, they simply stay. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, where the world moves soft and slow. Every rhythm became lighter, every shadow let me go. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, where the night turned golden blue. And for one impossible evening, every song became about you. Stay a little longer before the lights grow dim. You sat beside the open window, listening more than speaking back, like you already knew the language of people carrying old maps. You asked me, do musicians ever get tired of saying goodbye? I looked at my guitar, then smiled, only when someone makes them stay. The roads floated through the silence, the electric guitar climbed above. The bass carried every heartbeat like it understood love. The shaker held the city together, the rim shot marked the passing time. And suddenly all my old directions stopped feeling like mine. Maybe every wandering heart eventually learns not every destination needs a distance. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, where the world moves soft and slow. Every rhythm became lighter, every shadow let me go. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, where the night turned gold and blue. And for one impossible evening, every song became about you. Stay a little longer before the lights grow dim. Will you remember this? I looked outside, streetlights, quiet tables, the last warm breeze. Then answered, I remember songs, and this feels like one. Because some evenings don't become memories, they become places inside you. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, still glowing in my soul, like city lights on calm water, making restless stories whole. Velvet evenings on Rua do Sol, if these roads return someday, leave one chair beside the window and I'll find my way. When the final chord fades slowly and the stars fall out of view, I'll still hear this evening leading me to you. The city turned to silence, but the night stayed true. And somewhere on Rua do Sol, I left this song with you.